What is up, guys? Welcome. Crypto FUD. And let's jump right into this, guys. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. It is Friday, guys. Wow, it is Friday, guys. First things first, I want to say shout out to the whole No FUD community. I really do. I'm being serious with you guys. Thank you so much for everybody that checked up on me via Discord or whatever the case may be. Obviously, you guys know I live in Florida. We just just had a hurricane come through. I do live in Tampa area, so, I will say for the most part, we were, there was a lot of damage done around the area, especially the coastal areas. But for where I'm at, very grateful for, just being able to be here with you guys again, basically just be here with you guys, right? I honestly am. I'm so grateful. We didn't lose power for too long. Internet's running, stuff like that. It's just a mile down the street. It's a completely different story. You go a few miles over to the ocean, and it's complete, a complete different story. And if everybody that's up in northern Florida, if there is anybody watching, man, my heart goes out to you guys, because I know there was massive destruction out there. So definitely. Sorry, Red Rum threw me off here. Who you calling daddy over here, Red Rum? I thought my daughter jumped in here real quick. I'm like, what the hell? But guys, I really do appreciate you guys for checking up on me and stuff like that. I really appreciate it. And anybody that's affected into that storm, even in Georgia, Tennessee, people are still dealing with it right now. I do, my heart goes out to you guys. So again, I am very appreciative to be here with you guys today. So jumping right into it, guys. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. Welcome, guys. It is Friday. If you guys are off for the weekend, bro, you guys are the real MVP, right? This is what it's all about. You work during the week. Eventually, you're not going to be able to do that, right? Or you're not going to have to, because you're going to get financial freedom. But for right now, you're grinding all week only to get to Friday, have some cold beer, some drinks, whatever the case is, and enjoy yourself. Let's get into crypto, guys. So, Bitcoin right now, sitting at around 65,800. Bitcoin. Bitcoin, huh? She's been doing pretty good. She got up to $66,500 today, guys. Things are looking fantastic. And if you guys can see, she has, as of now, right? I don't want to jinx it. Couple things. She has broken above the 200-day moving average. Excuse me. I'm drinking a beer right now, so pardon me. She did break above the 200-day moving average on the 1 day. Looks like that's at around 63,900. Broke above it finally. You guys can see, we'll zoom in. We basically had to retest this area. What did I tell you guys, right? As of last week, I think it was, when we first started retesting this area, I was like, listen, the fact that she keeps retesting this area and she hasn't been rejected, and I mean, like, we haven't seen a massive sell-off, means good, right? Bullish, we're going to keep retesting this area, and eventually we're going to break it, right? What do I always tell you guys? We keep retesting a certain area, whether it's up or down, it's going to eventually break. Some take longer than others, right? You can see right here, it took us 1, 2, we'll call this even 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, finally broke above. These are on the daily candles, right? So it took us a solid week for us to really break above this 200-day. And for now, we are above it. We're looking great. A couple other things that I want to point out is, in the last 4 months, we had been painting out this beautiful bull flag right here, right? And you can see we have finally broke above the trend again. I say again, and I emphasize all that because we have broke above before, right? There's been times where we broke above. This was back in June. We broke above and actually found support above the trend, only to break below. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen now. We were in a completely different area at that time, right? There's a lot more bullishness, it feels like, in the space as of now, right? But I do want to just let you know, just because we broke above the 200, we broke above this trend line, doesn't mean that we could easily see some kind of a retracement back down to some certain levels, which would still keep us very bullish, right? We're fresh above this 200-day. Doesn't mean that we don't have to come back down and at least retest that 200-day. And that's back down towards the 63,900 area. We could easily come back down and bounce off of this green line that I'm pointing out right here. This is our 200-day. Very, very pivotal spot, basically taking us from bearish to bullish, right? Breaking above that 200-day, very bullish. Finding support above the 200-day, very bullish, right? If we do break below, I'm not going to be all, Crip the bear over here, depending on how it looks. But if we do break below briefly, it happens, right? The main thing is that we're at least staying around this area. If we have to hover around here for the next week or two, or whatever the case is, just so we can get that solid support around that level before we start really, really taking off. Now, I know you're like, Crip, my altcoins are freaking flying. Alts have been doing absolutely fantastic. We've been talking about this for the last like 4 or 5 days. You know, is altcoin season coming? Are we here? We're definitely not in altcoin season yet, but it feels like it's coming. It really does feel like it's coming. And I've been telling you guys, this last 3 months and the first quarter of 2025, that's going to be our threshold. That is our threshold for us to pump, get into altcoin season, for you to make that money, take those profits, and then we're gonna wait for this market to drop. And we're going to have that patience. Just like we're having patience right now to sell, you're going to need patience, even more patience, to let these prices drop back down to some. And it's going to take months when we get into this bear market. It's not just an overnight thing. It might feel like it because you'll see the market down 20%. And you're like, holy crap, I'm going to buy in. Only to see a month later, we're even 20% even farther down. And another 20% a month later. That's how it's going to work. It does not happen overnight. It takes a long time for us to bottom out. I'm talking about a solid year. So you're going to need that patience. You're going to learn patience in crypto, right? And if you don't learn patience, you're not going to make a lot of money. I'm telling you right now, because yes, it's all about positioning yourself, getting into these beautiful spots, right? To, you know, for you to capitalize. But at the same time, you have to have patience, whether it's patience not selling or patience not buying back in and letting the markets play themselves out. So looking great, looking fantastic. We're going to switch over to this chart right here. This is our chart that we have as far as support levels, resistance, and you guys can see it looks completely different, right? We have this chart right here, which zooming out, you guys can see we have this beautiful bull flag that we've been basically, you know, playing part as far as since March when we made these all-time highs. And then you guys can see as of right now, you guys can see we're zoomed in. Look where we're starting to hit our head. This is a spot that we've had on here for the last like 6 months, right? This is at 66,400, somewhere around there. We did break above today. We went to 66,500, but we were rejected, right? We were rejected, which is going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. We're getting to new channels, right? If you can see, as we've seen this pump, right? You see how we find support level, we hit our head, tested a few times, we break above. This was a beautiful God candle. We basically bypassed the channel right here, went into this channel, traded in between probably for a few days, because this is we're looking at the daily, so about 3 to 4 days, broke above, godly candle, but Bitcoin was like, no, we need to come back and we need to retest certain levels. And you can see the point of what I'm getting to is Bitcoin likes to trade in channels, right? It likes to break to a new channel, kind of find that support, let people take profits, whatever the case is, and then it bounces back up to another channel. And that's what we've been doing. That's what you can see we've done all for the last 2 weeks. And what are we doing right now? We've broken into a new channel right here, right? The bottom of the channel being around 64,900, the top of the channel being around 66,400, right? And you can see we are literally, these lines have been here for the last 6 or 8 months. This isn't something I just put in here today before the stream. You guys can go back, fact check me, go look at all the other streams. These channels have been here for the last 6 to 8 months. And if you want to learn how to make these channels, as far as learning how to find resistance and support levels, come join us on our members only stream. I do owe my members an extra stream, so we're going to have an extra long stream this weekend covering a lot of stuff. So come join us. You can see right now, as far as Bitcoin, we are hovering around into this channel, which is perfectly fine, right? This is exactly what you want to see with Bitcoin. Like I already said, we run basically, and we just keep going into the next channel. Sometimes we will bypass the channel, but guess what? You see how these yellow lines, and then it turns into a white line? What is this white line? Well, this white line, I've kept it white purposely. Not because I'm racist or anything like that. I'm just kidding. I kept it there because this white line indicates our all-time high previously from 2021. And I had been saying this, if you guys remember, if you've been following the channel for a while, even when we broke all-time highs, we had never really found that really solid support above that $69,000 area, right? It looked like a few times where we had found that support, but we had easily, after a few days, broke below. So I put that spot there. It's been there for a while. That's our previous all-time high. That's going to be a big spot. And guess what? That's the next top of the channel, 69K. Guys, the fact that we are sitting, Bitcoin right now, right under 66K, bro, we are not far from all-time highs. We are so freaking close. I can feel it, right? If you go from where we're at right now to the top of where this all-time high is, we are literally 11.95% away from all-time highs, guys. 11 freaking percent. Bitcoin can do that in a day, right? That would be a freaking amazing day, but Bitcoin easily can do that in a day. It has done that plenty of times, 11+%. We are not far, guys, from all-time highs. So, with that being said, the markets look great. Everything looks great. We can jump over to the Fear and Greed Index. You guys can see we are finally about to break out of the neutral. We're about to be getting into greed, right? Which, what do I tell you guys, right? Usually we want to stack up on our chips when we're in the fear, extreme fear. Neutral, I mean, I don't think it's a bad area to buy in on, right? But you're kind of buying in usually when the market's already pumped somewhat, and that would explain where we're at right now, right? You see a lot of these projects, if you go back a month ago, they're all up 60, 70% up, right? On a lot of these projects. So buying in on neutral, not a bad area to buy in on, because we do know that we're going to probably continue this upward movement. But buying in fear, extreme fear, I've been telling you guys, historically speaking, a lot of big investors, not everybody, but they do literally trade off of just this chart right here, right? And you can see how it plays out. So now we're in neutral. We're starting to get close to that greed, right? So now it's getting to that time where, I mean, you do what you have to do, but me personally, I should have already, and I have, I'm just saying, like, speaking hypothetically, I should have already stacked up on my chips on any project that I'm bullish on. And now it's kind of the coasting mode, right? The coasting era where I'm just coasting right now, waiting for the markets to get to a certain area before I start selling off. Now, I am nowhere near selling at all. I'm just saying, right now, what we've gone through for the last few months has given you guys ample opportunity, plenty of opportunity to stack up on a lot of your projects. I mean, if you were just looking for Bitcoin, you have the opportunity to buy in on Bitcoin when it was at 49K. Right? Alts absolutely decimated during that time, right? You had plenty of time to stack up. So now, if you were able to do all that, like a lot of us did, now we're kind of in this mode where, me personally, I'm like, all right, you know, obviously I'm going to always tell you guys, I wish I freaking had more, right? I wish I would have bought I wish I had $1 million Myra right now, right? I wish I would have put 20 grand into freaking MILADY, right? I wish that I had 20,000 freaking ordinals, right? I don't. Not far off. Now, I don't have that anywhere near that. But the point of what I'm getting to is you're always going to look back and you're like, damn it. When the markets are pumping, you're going to be like, I wish I would have freaking bought more, right? That's why I'm always going to be here with you guys during the thick and through the thin. And when we're going through the thin and the markets are looking terrible and it just feels like shit, I'm going to tell you guys, well, this is what I'm doing. I'm pushing all the bullshit aside and I'm stacking up, right? I'm stacking up because we're in fear. We're in extreme fear. Everybody's scared. I'm going to take advantage of that fear, right? And you know what? When they get all bullish and they're getting all greedy, I'm going to sell on their ass and I'm going to hand them everything that I picked up while they were scared. I'm going to give them my position and they can buy in when I'm up 10, 20, 30x, right? That's what the goal is, guys. Don't ever forget it. So, I felt like I came in strong today, right? I felt like I came in strong and just got real serious down. I don't know if it was this hurricane or what, but I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling it today, guys. Let me jump in on the chat real quick. Guys. Red Rum said, well, yeah, hold on. We got a question, Red Rum. Red Rum, what's going on? Oh, Red Rum's a girl, I think, right? That's right. I'm thinking you're a guy. I'm sorry. Not that I'm just saying. Red Rum said, I love you, daddy. So I was like, yo, what's going on here? I'm sorry. Larry said, son lives in Georgia, Augusta area, trees falling on houses and flooded. I'm so sorry about that, Larry. I hope everything works out for you, brother. I hope, keep us updated on that, man. I hope everything's good. Rodney's in the house. Red Rum said, truthfully, what do you think MILADY will get to? We're going to cover that in a second, Red Rum. But I've said it 1,000 times. Brian's in the house. What's going on? And more. I can say from everyone, we are all glad you're safe and sound, man. Hey, I appreciate it, bro. I know you were one of them that was checking in on me, and I thank you so much, man. Gina, like Mama Bear. Gina's like Mama Bear for us, right? She was making sure I was like, oh, Gina. While I was losing power and stuff, I'm like, oh, I couldn't respond because I was like, I got to keep the juice on my phone. But I saw it. I was like, oh, I appreciate it. Gina said we should take profit now or wait till altcoin season. Gina, listen, not financial advice. You've been waiting for so long, right? You've been waiting for so long. I think you should let it play out, is what my opinion is. Amor said I bought a lot of MOG. All right. Ricky said the only time you buy in neutral is when you realize you forgot to buy leash. All right. Jasmy, what's going on, guys? All right, so I caught up on the chat. What's going on? Let me jump in. So I know Red Rum was asking me, Old, what's going on, brother? He said, glad you're safe, Crip. I appreciate that. Red Rum, I know you were asking about MILADY and as far as where can we get as far as top signals or anything like that. So what I can say about MILADY is usually as far as price, I don't give out a price because there's so many zeros in front of it, right? But what I will say and what I usually do is I will talk about the market cap, right? Right now we're sitting at around $73 million market cap for MILADY, and we finally did break. We ate that zero up, right? We went back up into 6-0, so that's great. As far as where do I think MILADY can go, Red Rum, I'm gonna still keep my same prediction, and I think that MILADY can get anywhere from $2 to $10 billion in the top of this market, right? Now you're thinking, Crip, you said 6 months until we top out, right? Now the threshold can change, right? The threshold can change. We could be 8 months down the road and we're still running in a bull market, right? I'm just saying the way things look, the way looking back in history, 6 months seems like what we have left, right? Now we go back to like MILADY and you're saying $2 to $10 billion. That would be a lot of money that would have to come into MILADY. I understand. So I say 10 billion as a top, right? Because you never know. Binance, right? You can get that Binance listing. You know, the hype can go absolutely insane for MILADY. Hype is something you never want to downplay as far, especially with the meme coin. It could move mountains as far as how much money can actually flow into a project, right? With all that being said, you could easily get to 10 billion easily plus in the next 6 months. I feel like $2 billion is a conservative spot that we easily can hit, even if, let's just say, we don't get Binance, but the markets are absolutely running and we do get a lot of hype behind MILADY, right? One thing I always tell you guys about MILADY is when, $73 million, you're going to see dramatic moves, right? You're going to see dramatic moves towards the down and towards the upside. But when the market is running, do you notice that MILADY is always up 10, 15, 20% fast? That tells you that people are real quick to sell off when it's down, but they are even quicker to jump in when the market starts running, right? And what that kind of shows me is that when we get into an actual, full-blown extreme greed bull cycle, we're already in the bull cycle, but I mean like in the thick of the top of a bull cycle, you're going to probably see so much money flowing into MILADY that it's going to be like something that you're just not used to, right? Right now, almost $7 million in volume. I'm talking about having days where MILADY is seeing $100+ million just coming into the project every single day. That is going to happen eventually, right? It's going to happen for a lot of these projects, right? So, we're not there yet, but I do think down the road we are going to see that. So, Gina asks, please check MOG, Win, ORDI, and Corgi AI. Gotcha. Larry said, ladies is way overdue for a major hype. I agree with you. Manny, what's going on, brother? I completely agree with you. I feel like right now, MILADY, but if you really think about it, with all the meme coins right now, there's some meme coins that are kind of, all meme coins are kind of going together right now. They're doing, good right now this week. They've been absolutely decimated in the last few months because meme coins are always going to take a hit first. But the meme coin hype hasn't even started again, right? But you know what project I saw you guys talking about, and I went and looked it up, that's freaking absolutely ripping, is Shiba. What the hell is going on with Shiba? Look at this freaking run right here. Look at this run. Let's map it out from, what was this? This is 25th, 26th. Let's look at this move right here. From just yesterday to the top, that was a 51% move for Shiba. Now, you're like, oh, all right, cool. 51% on the project. Not, that's good, right? Okay. But I think when you take into consideration that Shiba has a freaking market cap of $12 billion, in the last day, it's literally up almost $1.5 billion in volume. $1.5 billion in volume for Shiba. That is absolutely ripping right there. It is up for the week 42%, which is really in the last day. You can see it is freaking shot up. And it's crazy. And this is coming at me too. As you guys know, for the last year, we've been seeing a lot of new meme coins coming into the space, right? Maybe a little over a year. Pepe, Bunk, Myro, Dog with Hat, Mog. I can keep going down the list. You have these, some of them like Pepe and Dog with Hat, and a few other ones are billion-dollar market cap projects, right? They've come out of nowhere in the last year, and it led me to say that what, this next top of the market, Shiba and Doge are gonna have a lot of competition. Well, I still do believe that, but after seeing what I'm seeing in the last day for Shiba, it's kind of just reminding you guys, listen, hold on. We got two top dogs here, right? We got two top dogs that are still holding massive market caps, and that's Dogecoin and Shiba. And I know it's me personally, I've slept on these projects, right? I was in both these projects years ago and made a lot of money off of them. I'm just saying nowadays, right, with all the competition, I have been sleeping on these projects because I'm like, well, they're old, those are OG memes coins. There's so much more opportunity for a lot of these other projects to really see better gains. And I still do believe that to a certain extent. But looking at Shiba and seeing what it's done in the last day or two, I'm like, oh my gosh, bro. This is pretty much telling you, listen, hold on there, Crip. Yeah, those meme coins have been doing all right. They're not the boss, though. Me and Doge. Shiba and Doge are still top runners right now, right? So you have Shiba at almost $12 billion in market cap, right? $12 billion in market cap, sitting at number 13. And you have Dogecoin that's steadily been, I believe, still in the top 10. Yeah, number 8, right? So you have these meme coins that are still from we'll say they're from 2021 bull run. They were obviously a little bit prior to that. But 2021 bull run meme coins that are still holding so much value, right? I don't think they're gone. They're definitely not gone. They're going to see a lot of competition this go around. They already have, but holy crap! Even Doge, $1.4 billion in volume today. That's absolutely insane. So got to give respect. You got to give respect to both those projects because they paved the way for people that hated meme coins to respect meme coins, Shiba and Doge, and they're still very, very much relevant. Maybe we forget about it from time to time, but seeing what Shiba's done as of late, it just kind of brings me back to my 2021 days where I'm like, holy shit, I can't even believe me myself was buying Doge at $2, buying Shiba when the market cap was at $100 million, right? And I said, I made a lot of money off both those. I'm actually sleeping on them and writing them off now. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's see here. Manny said, I'm ready to see that from MILADY. Exactly. Bro, 50% from MILADY. Honestly, we saw during like March and a little bit before, if you remember, for MILADY, we saw some pumping going on even before March hit, right? Remember, we saw this initial pump, right? And then we saw, obviously, it kind of retrace a little bit, and then we saw that March pump. If you look at some of these candles, I've said this plenty of times, look at, this is the daily, right? Show me another project that has a candle like this. Look at this candle for MILADY. Look at this candle. I believe I've already looked at it plenty of times. I think it's like 70%. 74% in one day. MILADY went, right? So you're gonna, bro, this is nothing for MILADY. It's just what you got to do is, or not you, but I'm just saying, like, MILADY itself, we got to get that hype back running for the project. So, Flips in the house, what's going on, brother? Yours said, what's the most you've seen a market cap go up to in a short amount of time? I mean, bro, we've seen stuff. I'm trying to think, like, I can't pinpoint any one, but I mean, I've seen market caps run up billions of dollars. I think the one that like hits me so fast is the Book of Meme. If you guys remember the Book of Meme, when it dropped back in like March, it went from like $100 million up to like $1.3 billion in one day, right? So you saw literally the market cap, not the volume, right? Volume's buying and selling, so that's going to be a little bit inflated, but the actual market cap went from like $100 million up to like 1.4, somewhere around there, $1 billion. So you saw literally over $1 billion not only come into the market, come into that to that project, but stay in the project for a certain amount of time before we saw a retracement. That was probably, as of late, like thinking of, I'm sure there's been plenty of other times I've seen it, but as of now, like in the last like maybe year, that's like the fastest market cap that I've seen, literally 10x in a day. So, I mean, that's just the stuff that you can expect for small cap, particularly meme coins, right? Because you have to understand, there's fundamental side of the crypto, and then there's also the hype side of crypto, right? Fundamentals are long term. Fundamentals will always do great long term, right? If the project has really good fundamentals, it brings actually something to the space, right? Hype is very fast, right? It's very fast. It comes and goes. But damn, don't ever write off that hype, because hype runs up so fast, it can move any project if it gets behind it, and it can do freaking, I mean, just insane numbers behind it. And I saw this when Dogecoin ran up to freaking, from like 15 million up to 78 million in literally a week. I'm sorry, 78 billion in weeks. So hype is something that you don't ever want to write off whatsoever, guys. Ricky said 5 minutes away. What's 5 minutes away, bro? What's 5 minutes away, Ricky? You 5 minutes away from here, bro? Where you at? You over here, bro? I'm just messing with you. Well, let's jump into some stuff here. I want to jump into some hopium that I saw. Obviously not Mr. Beast, but a rapid pace, $100,000 Bitcoin price earthquake is suddenly predicted to shock crypto. So there's a couple of things we're going to kind of spot read here. But Bitcoin has suddenly shot higher as a perfect storm looks to set to an immediate hit the Bitcoin price and crypto market. Let's see here. So the Bitcoin price has topped 65K. That's as of earlier, after the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, got the green light for a fresh Bitcoin game changer, and Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell issued a radical bombshell. Now, as fears swirl over the future of the U.S. dollar, traders are suddenly betting that Bitcoin's price could surge to 100K in the aftermath of the U.S. presidential election. So Bitcoin options interest has been building mostly around the round figure of 100K. meaning a lot of people are actually putting in options that Bitcoin's going to hit 100K, right? So pretty much putting in longs that we're going to be going up to 100K. So Jeffrey, the head of crypto research at Standard Chartered, wrote in an email comments. Notably, the build out has come at a more rapid pace than can be explained by the fact that Bitcoin prices are higher. Indeed, the jump in open interest at the $100,000 strike that has come this week indicates something else is driving participants. The Bitcoin price rally comes after a U.S. Vice President and 2024 Democratic Party nominee Kamala Harris said that if she wins the White House in November, she would encourage innovative technologies like AI and digital assets while protecting our consumers and investors. Pause. We're not going to get political, but I did say this. I don't give a shit who you support as far as your political views. I don't care. I just said that if both candidates are pro cryptocurrency, it's going to be a plus for us, right? And it seems like finally Ms. Harris is finally starting to at least voice her support for crypto. So hopefully, whoever gets into office actually provides, and shows us as far as, just being pro crypto and wanting to see the crypto market build. So the most likely, from a time perspective, is Vice President Harris's comments on Sunday, where she said she would encourage crypto businesses. These comments suggest either outcome on November the 5th will end up being Bitcoin's positive. That's what I said, right? Both candidates. Pointing to the Bitcoin and crypto market leading the pack in terms of performance for the first time in a while following the Fed's historical interest rate cut last week as evidence of growing positive sentiment. Kendrick, not Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick has predicted the Bitcoin price will surge to $125,000 per Bitcoin if former U.S. President Donald Trump wins the election, but will still climb to $75K if Harris wins. Trump has fully embraced Bitcoin and the crypto this year, promising to create a U.S. Bitcoin strategic reserve if he's elected, and backing his crypto project led by his sons Don Jr. and Eric. And I've said this before, guys. Does not matter who wins office. Yes, initially, just because one candidate has been very very vocal about being pro crypto, I just like this article said, if we do see that particular person get elected, the markets probably will see that initial run, right? Versus the other person. But at the end of the day, whoever wins the presidency, it does not matter. We pulled up how many charts now, looking at the election years, and pretty much showing us that no matter who wins the election, Bitcoin is going to do what Bitcoin does, right? We're in a 4-year cycle. We don't hear that much, right? You think the 4-year cycle is over? No, we're still, maybe 100, 200 days past that 4-year cycle, threshold, but we're in the prime area where Bitcoin is set to rally, right? It does not matter who the hell gets in office, right? It doesn't matter who gets in office. Like I said, maybe one candidate will be a little bit more pro crypto, and that should move the markets a little bit more versus the other one. But at the end of the day, crypto is going to do, especially Bitcoin particularly, Bitcoin is going to do what Bitcoin does, and it's always going to prevail no matter what. So a Harris victory would likely trigger an initial price decline, but we would expect dips to be bought as the market recognizes that progress on the regulatory front will still be forthcoming, and as other positive drivers take hold. Harris's muted endorsement of crypto failed to spur much support from the crypto community, with Galaxy Research's Alex posting on X that he doesn't see any material difference from Harris that offers cause for celebration. However, some welcome the statement as a step further. Progress is progress. It needed to start somewhere and should be encouraged. A positive statement on the tech is more than we got under the Biden and Trump presidency. To explain that, yes, I'm going to say Biden. I think he is at an age where he just doesn't understand crypto, right? You have to understand that, right? I always tell you guys, I'm not happy with what we've become under the Biden administration, right? I'm not, saying that I don't like the guy or anything like that. I'm just saying I don't really like, because I have friends that have lost their jobs. I see people that are struggling, right? Whether you want to say it's particularly his fault or not, I don't care. We're not getting political. What I'm saying is that I'm going to throw him a bone and say that, he doesn't understand crypto, right? Crypto is still relatively new to a lot of people. We love crypto, right? We know everything about crypto. There's still a lot of people, even if you're the president, the guy's 80 years old, right? Trump doesn't understand crypto. He doesn't understand it. He's a business guy, though. There's two differences. But Biden, throwing him a bone, he doesn't understand crypto, so he really wasn't so pro-crypto during his presidency, right? And then he also had people behind him like Elizabeth Warren, a few other people that do know crypto. Dirty Gary Gensler knows crypto in and out. Dirty Gary knows crypto more than you and I, right? And he's been attacking it. And the Biden administration, unfortunately, not saying they allowed it, but it's happened under their watch, right? So that's why a lot of people are kind of like, but I don't blame it on Biden particularly. I don't. I look at this as this is all, the crypto has become the forefront in the last couple years, right? Going into like Trump, going back into 2016 to 2020, crypto was big, but if you notice during the presidency, it was never brought up, right? It's completely different. So I'm sure that if it was brought up and it was as big as it is now, maybe the guy would have been a little bit more pro crypto and maybe done stuff to help us and maybe safeguard us, with crypto and stuff like that. He didn't. And I don't shill him for that or anything like that, or I don't shun him for that, is what I meant to say. Because 2016 to 2020, you probably weren't even in crypto, right? Most of us probably weren't in crypto. You knew about it, but you weren't involved in it. And if you go back, he actually came on record saying that he did not like Bitcoin at that time because he didn't understand it, right? So when you look at that statement as far as Biden and Trump didn't really do anything for crypto, the times have changed so much in the last few years. Crypto has become so much in the forefront of this political landscape now that even Harris, that kind of wasn't against crypto but was keeping silent, has now almost been forced to come out and give her views on crypto because it is such a big thing. I never forget 8 months ago, a year ago, we read that article. I always remember this. I go back to it, that we read the article that almost 40% of Americans have either traded crypto or are holding crypto. That's a lot of freaking people, right? That's a lot of people that these candidates don't want to lose, so that's why they're looking at it. When you're looking at it as when you're running for president, you're looking at people as like almost like not parties, but kind of like things like, I'm trying to think of the best way to say it, but when you're looking at voters, right? But it as a whole segment, and when you're looking at crypto, you see these numbers, you're like, holy shit, 80 million people have traded crypto. All right. They want to get to those voters, whether they're right or left. They want to get to those voters and try to sway them to their side, right? And that's why crypto has become such a major thing in this political landscape that we're in. So at the end of the day, with all this, and this word salad that I gave you guys, remember, I'm not getting political whatsoever. I try not to be political at all. At the end of the day, I just hope that whoever gets in office, whoever it is, helps build us as the crypto space, right? I don't want them to be coming after us like we've seen in the previous years, coming after NFTs, attacking the central exchanges, attacking XRP as a we need Gary. No matter who gets in office, they need to get rid of Gary. That's the bottom line, is pretty much what it is. So that's it, guys. I will not talk any more politics, I swear. Flip with the $20 super chat, bro. I appreciate that. He said, bro, can you take a look at used car and RBT? Yes. Let's pause everything right now and let's pull that up real quick. Flip, I appreciate you giving out that whoa, hold on here. What's going on? Sorry, my page went down. There we go. I appreciate you for the $20 super chat, brother. Let's pull that up real quick. So let's look up RBT because I do have it on the watch list. Used cars. I told you I was going to put it on there. I'm going to add it on right now, bro. I promise. So for RBT, Flip, you remember what we talked about previously, right? We saw, obviously, it broke below the 236. It found that support around the 382, and then you saw this initial run up, right? But look at this. It ran up, but couldn't find that support above the 236 right here. So you saw us come back down. It came initially, if you can see, it came and initially retested the 382 and broke below, which looked like it was a decent time to buy in around that. Is that the 0.5? Yep, that's the 0.5. So it looked like it didn't come all the way down to the 0.5, but it did find some support in between the 382 and this 0.5 area, only to run up, not make all-time highs, but come damn close to it right there. But again, no support on the 236, right? 236 is going to be somewhere around that 37 area. So with that being said, look what we've seen again. We've seen something common where we come back down and now we're retesting the 382, right? You can see this nice little bounce so far, but look what we've come up and we've hit our head on is a 236, right? So with that being said, I don't know if you're in, if you're out right now, I know you did make those profits. I don't know if you bought back in, whatever the case is, but what I would say right now is two things. If you're looking for this thing to pump, right? If you're in the project right now and you're looking for this thing to pump, we definitely want to see this come back up and keep retesting this 236 somewhere around this 37 area. We definitely need it to keep retesting this area before it's going to probably break above, right? And then the next thing following that is something that it hasn't really happened yet, is really not necessarily gunning for these all-time highs, but really gunning to find some support above the 236. You know, I always say, we find that support above the 236, new highs are going to come right around the corner as long as we can find that support. If we can't find and we see these little blimps where we do shoot up, they're going to be short-lived and we're going to keep coming back down and test lowering levels, right? So right now, we have come up, we've retested the 236, we have now broke above. We're kind of hovering between the 382 and the 236 right now. So like I said, I don't know if you bought in or if you're waiting to buy in. Obviously not financial advice. If I had, if I've already bought in, my line in the sand that I'm waiting for, as far as like kind of just waiting if we're going to see a big drop down, would be the 382, right? Let me just make sure. Yeah, the 382 is somewhere where I want to see us hold. We did break below, and this would have been a very scary spot where I would have been like, shit, do I sell off? Only to see it bounce. So the 382 is something you want to see us at least hold the line in the sand as far as staying bullish. If it does break below, I would say the 0.5 could still be a big spot for some solid support, but now you're talking about a big move towards the downside, right? From where we're at right now down to the 0.5, you're looking at a 28% drop from where it's at right now. So that's a big move right there. I don't know if I would want to sit there and, wait that out pretty much. So the 382 is probably going to be at the 30, the line in the sand as far as us come down and find that support. If it bounces, if it doesn't bounce and it breaks below, if I was in on this project, I probably would just count my losses if it is a loss. Hopefully it's not. Maybe you bought in down here or something. I would maybe just cash out and kind of wait to see if this is going to drop down to some lower levels. You remember, it hasn't even really retested this 0.5. It only came briefly down towards it. It hasn't found that support on the 0.5. It could easily bounce down to the 0.5 or even the 618 where it's had support previously too, and then initially come back up for a run. Those could be two spots that are good to dollar cost average in and possibly reposition yourself, right? So, and the other scenario obviously is it keeps coming back up and retesting this 236 at that 37, 38 area, eventually breaking above and maybe coming back up to make new all-time highs. So project doesn't look bad. Market cap 14 million. It is up 21%, but you can see obviously we see slightly red right now occurring, obviously from this little bit of a retracement. But as far as the project, it doesn't look bad. It's staying relevant. Volume, A little bit down from where it's been, previous days, but it is, 3.8 million is still pretty damn good for a project that's strictly on, a few swaps on Solana. So not looking bad at all. But like I said before, when you were talking about FOMO and then after you made those profits, I had said, be careful. Obviously, I mean, you saw this initial run up, but this could be easily forming some kind of a double top M pattern, and you could be seeing somewhat of a downward move. So just be cautious with this project is all I'm saying. And then jumping over to used car. Gently used car, you can see down 22 freaking percent. Oh yeah, that's right. So remember that screenshot that I sent you, Flip, in the Discord. Hold on, let me fix this fib retracement. Holy crap, this project ran. This is like an OG project right here. So remember what I told you, Flip, when I sent you that screenshot. You guys can see this is a very easy chart to kind of look at because we're not even looking at fib retracements because they're all the way up here, right? You can see we are at the bottom of the fib retracement right now. And, used car did break down to some lower levels, right? Definitely some lower levels. You can see that this was support level at around this 1 cent mark, a little bit over 1 cent. Bounced many times, but eventually we broke below. And now look where we're hitting our head is right at this support level. So now it is flipped over to some resistance, right? And you can see as of now it's been rejected. It has been rejected. So with that being said, maybe we can do a small fib retracement on here. With that being said, a couple things you can see. We got rejected at this level, and you can see right now it is broke below the 236, 382 on this mini fib retracement, and you can see it's basically, did it break below? It's right on. It's right now retesting the 382. So I don't know. This project, volume 200,000, market cap 2 million. This is an OG project. I would be careful with this project as well, Flip. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did see a nice little burst in price, from this bottom right here. But, is this project relevant right now is the question. I think that's what you need to figure out. Is if this project's relevant, because unfortunately for DeFi, especially for Solana, if the project's not relevant, as far as these bigger projects, these multi-million-dollar projects, it could easily just trade sideways for a while, right? It could easily trade sideways for a while. You could see possibly a lot of people that jumped in and maybe they're not done taking profits yet, right? Maybe we come back down to retest some of these levels. That could easily happen, right? Or we can maybe come back up and keep retesting this 1 cent mark. That's obviously the scenario you want to see. But what I would say for right now is I would keep an eye on this project. It is already down 22%. As far as like buying in on the project, I wouldn't touch this project unless it dropped back down towards the 786 down here at around about a half of a cent. About the 40 area, 45 area is what it looks like. Anything around that area below would be a good buy-in, right? Because you can see it has found some support around this 28. So in between the 786 and the bottom of this fib would be a good buy-in area. But for other than that, if you're holding, like I said, you want to sit here and you want to hope that you can see some volume spike up and people jump in on the project and we keep coming back up to retest this 1 cent. But the fact that it's down almost 23% right now, kind of iffy, I would say. So definitely, we'll keep monitoring this, and let me put this on our watch list. All right, it's added to the watch list. So we'll cover this a little bit more, Flip, on the members only stream for this weekend as well. So thank you again for the $20 super chat, brother. I really do appreciate the support, bro. Oh shit, sorry guys. Bullish, what's going on? Amor said everyone will stay we'll say Bitcoin will go over 100K at the height of this run, and watch them pull it at 89K, just like what happened to Doge. These institutions are crafty. And you remember more that you remember when we did the poll like a week or two ago, and I was basically asking you guys, I was like, what do you guys see the top as like Bitcoin? And you guys, you know, I gave you my opinion, and I said 100K easily, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe get close to 100K and we don't get above it for reasons that you just said, right? Where people sell, or people are calling for 100K, but they're not willing to, you know, to risk it getting up to 100K or more, right? So you have people that bought in at $15,000 Bitcoins that are still holding from years ago, or maybe they bought in at 49K, whatever the case is, and Bitcoin gets to like 95, 96K, they're going to probably sell off because it's so close. And we know Bitcoin breaking 100K is going to be a struggle just because it's like a mental area, right? It's a mental, Bitcoin getting to 100K, right? That's just such a mental, you know, threshold that we're probably going to most likely need to retest that over and over and over. And maybe we do break above, but I would say that when we're finally breaking above 100K, to find support above that 100,000, for the most part, it's going to probably take some time, in my opinion, because you're going to have massive people taking profits, you know, and stuff like that. So it's just, I agree with you as far as that. Gina said, now that you see this with SHIB, what do you think SHIB is going to do in the bull market? I still hold only 20 million left from years ago. What can I expect from this project? For SHIB, I mean, honestly, I think SHIB's, like I told you, it kind of opened up my eyes as far as, you know, just seeing that SHIB is still relevant and still going to be around. But, you know, I think it's going to do really well. I think you're going to do better with like MOG, in my opinion. I think you're going to do better with MOG. And now I remember you asked me to pull up MOG's price chart. I think MOG's going to give you better gains, in my opinion, just because it's a more relevant project. I mean, relevant as in like it's just a newer project. You have a lot more people that are just, you know, newer into this project versus Shiba. You have a lot of old money kind of sitting there waiting, just like you said. You're still holding from years ago, kind of thing. I feel like with MOG, even, you know, Pepe and all that, there's such this new money that's coming in that want to see these projects, you know, just blow up even more than they already have. I feel like, and then you throw in like a project like MOG has such a small market cap compared to like Shiba and Dogecoin and stuff like that, that they have so much potential to absolutely rip when the time is right, right? So you're comparing a project that has 12 or 13 billion dollars versus a project that's at 500, right? So this project is 1/26 of Shiba, if that makes any sense, right? This project would need to times, actually, I'm sorry, that's probably way more than that, I would think, right? Let me think here. No, it's a 26x, I would imagine, right? 26x, I believe. 26x it would take for this project to get up to where Shiba is, right? So, I mean, there's just so much more potential, I feel like, that you're going to get from a project like MOG compared to Shiba. Now, comparing market caps, I think Shiba is probably going to have a lot higher market cap after the dust settles, when the bull market's over with. You're most likely going to see, you know, Shiba still holding a massive market cap compared to like MOG. Even if MOG breaks over $1 billion, you know, Shiba's going to probably be at 20 or 30 billion dollars, and MOG might be at 1 or 2 for, you know, somewhere around there, $1 billion. So, but you bought in on MOG a few months ago. MOG was at freaking $200-300 million, which I know you bought in on, right? So if you run MOG all the way up to freaking $4 billion, the gains to be had there are going to be massive, right? Compared to you buying in on Shiba right now at $14 billion or whatever it's at, and running it up to 30 billion, that's a 2x, right? Compared to a freaking possible 30 or 40x that you might see with MOG. So, and speaking of MOG, because I know Amore's been looking at it, MeX, what's going on, brother? Flip, no problem, brother. Thank you so much for the super chat, brother. I do appreciate that. Ricky said they got me with that 100K crap. I know, bro. I'm not saying that we're not going to break above 100K. I'm just saying it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time, For MOG, you can see obviously this beautiful run up. MOG's been doing absolutely fantastic since it's bottomed out. When did this bottom happen? At the beginning of September. So about 3 weeks ago, you can see the bottom of MOG. And this thing has run up freaking what? Good God. MOG is up 125 freaking percent. You guys have been holding out on me. You knew MOG was going to run up this much and you didn't tell me to buy in on MOG, Gina? Amor? Wow. You guys are keeping all the gains to yourself is what I see. 125 freaking percent in the last 3 weeks. If you really go to the top, from where it topped out, 142 freaking percent. Holy hell. Bro, MOG is killing it. Gina, I'm telling you, you're going to get more gains from MOG. I'm telling you, you're going to get more gains from MOG for sure. That's crazy. MOG right now is trying to find support somewhere around the 382. Let me zoom in a little bit, but definitely trying to find some support around the 382. It looks like it has for now. You guys can see it broke above. Look where it's bouncing. Look at that. Don't you love it when everything plays itself out? This perfect fib retracement. Look at this. Found some support, found some support, found some support. For now, right, it looks good. Easily could break below, but it looks good for right now as far as being bullish and continuing to move towards the upside. Gina said, I'm not going to buy no more SHIB. I just want to sell SHIB as soon as I can. I mean, if you've been holding for this long, you might as well just hold. I mean, not financial advice. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know where you bought in at, right? If you're in the green right now, I mean, you could easily just move those funds and allocate them into something else, right? But I think that if it's money that's sitting there and you're like, I don't freaking care. I just want to get, I'll get it back eventually. It's sitting in Shiba. I think you might, obviously it's on such a run today and the last few days it's going to retrace somewhat. But I think in the bull run, it's going to do probably a lot higher than where it's at right now. So take it how you want it. But if you're in the green right now and you can move it into a smaller market cap, you might end up making a little bit more money in the long run. So, or you might be buying in on a project that's up like MOG. Buying in right now, it's up 125% in the last 3 weeks. So those are the kind of things you got to kind of consider, right? Like I said at the beginning of the stream, we're in neutral now, right? We're in neutral as far as fear and greed index. So, and we're about to be getting into greed, close to. Right now, would I be buying in on any projects? Given what we know and we've been buying in when there was fear and extreme fear. Why the hell are we buying in right now when the prices are up 100%, right? We're itching right now to take profits because we're all sitting in green. That's the way you do it, right? So me, jumping in on a project right now, I don't know. I'd be a little hesitant. Pulling up ordinals. Gina asked about ordinals, and obviously you guys know I care about ordinals as well. Love ordinals. Ordinals has been on a nice run as well. We actually came up, and you can see. Is this the 200-day? I believe it is. Yeah, this is the 200-day. You can see for the daily, we basically cannot. This is the first time we've came up and retested the 200-day moving average. Couple of things with ordinals that are bullish. Look at this trend, right? We have not broke above this trend other than making these all-time highs. Look at this trend. And look what we finally just did. Ordinals finally just broke. We hit our head at the trend. Next candle, we broke above the trend line. And now we're at a big spot right now where we're at the 618 on the fib retracement for ordinals, right? This green line, I know it's kind of hard to see. This green line right here is the fib retracement. We're literally testing the fib. We're trying to find the fib 618 fib retracement as support, but we also did just come off of hitting our head at the 200-day moving average as well, right? So, and then on top of that, we did break above finally this trend line that we have never broke above in the last 4 months. So, looks bullish. Definitely want to see us hold some of these solid levels because I think we're setting ourselves up for a massive run in ordinals. I think ordinals is setting itself up for a very big run, and I am so happy that I picked up ordinals when it was down in those buy zones. That I was very transparent, obviously not financial advice, but just explaining to you guys, this is what I'm doing. You do whatever the hell you want to do, right? You guys can see buy zone was anything below the $26 level. And if you're not familiar with ordinals, BRC20 token trading on the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? Yeah, I know, crazy. Not Ethereum, not Solana, the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? There's not too many BRC20 tokens out there. And on top of that, market cap low and the circulating supply, 100% in circulating supply right now. There's never going to be anything added, and only 21 million ordinals are in circulation, right? Yeah. I called this out a while back. I actually was calling out ordinals, bro, when I first started the channel, like I think going on 2 years, right? We're about to hit our 2-year anniversary. I was calling ordinals when it was at freaking $3 or $4, and I personally didn't buy in. I was so mad when it ran up to like $90. I was like, bro, what the hell? That was a 30x right there. Oh, Gina said she's in the green. All right, well, you got some decisions to make, girl. Ricky said, they said the last time then I sold and it did a 30x. What are you talking about, Willis? Another article that I want to jump in real quick, and we'll just breeze through this article real quick, is U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs continue positive streak with $106 million in inflows. BlackRock's IBIT attracts $184 million. Ricky said, if you get 15x out of ordinals, you beat me. I sold at 28,000. 28,000 what? Like you made 28K? You guys got to watch Ricky. Yeah, he deleted it. Watch Ricky, because I'm telling you, he's a freaking whale swimming around here. You keep your eye on that guy. Keep your eye on Ricky. Telling you. Guy's got deep pockets. I'm just messing with you. U.S. listed spot Bitcoin ETFs recorded their fifth constructive day of inflows, amassing a total of 106 million on Wednesday. BlackRock's iShare Bitcoin Trust IBIT led the surge, attracting 184 million in net investments, according to Farside Investors data. Meanwhile, Bitwise, Bitcoin's ETF BITB, gained an additional $2 million. However, not all funds shared this momentum. Fidelity's FBTC reported outflows, right? So you're going to get that, but the gist, as you can see, you're going to have, not all ETFs are going to be all 100% inflows, right? You're going to have some that are rocking, and you're going to have some that are freaking taking a crap, right? As far as outflows. But the point of the thing is that we're seeing positive inflows coming in on ETFs daily. You can see 106 million as of the last few days for Bitcoin, right? BlackRock, IBIT attracts $184 million of inflows, guys. That's just inflows. That's just the people that are in the... Remember, when you're talking about ETFs, guys, you're not talking about people like you and I, right? If we want some freaking Bitcoin, we're going to go in and we're going to go buy Bitcoin. And we're going to actually buy Bitcoin, right? These people, which we're not going to diss them or anything like that, because they're bringing all the money, right? But these are Wall Street people that are trading off the price of Bitcoin via ETFs, right? So with that being said, you can see that even the momentum on Wall Street for cryptocurrency, for Bitcoin, is really coming in, and you can see the money flowing in towards the inside, not the outside, right? So things are looking good, guys, continuously, right? We're still looking great. So let me get back into the Bitcoin chart and just explain. So listen, right now we're at 65,866, right? We did run up to 66,500. Remember, today is Friday. We're going into the weekend. We're always going to see that slight little sell-off, usually during the end of the market trading, the end of the day trading for the market, as far as ETFs, it's usually 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's when we started seeing the sell-off for Bitcoin as far as a small retracement. We'll probably see that volume is going to drop down during the weekend. It's weekends, low volume trading, right? But at the end of the day, everything is looking great. Remember the article that we covered, first YouTuber to cover this. I'm telling you, y'all tell me if I was wrong or if I'm wrong. First YouTuber over a week ago, we covered China was potentially going to be releasing $1.4 trillion in stimulus checks. Well, they've gone ahead and done that, and you can see that it's been doing nothing but positive for the markets as of late, right? Other things that are going on, right? We have these inflows and for the ETFs. We have a lot of things. The Fed's reducing interest rates, right? They're going to probably be continuing to do that during for the next meeting, or maybe the next meeting, whatever the case is. Nothing but positive and bullish stuff has been going on, setting us up for this Pumptober. I saw what's his name? Let's jump right in here to Twitter. I saw this guy right here, Lark, right? He calls it Uptober, and you guys can see. This is all of us right now, right, Gina? This is us right now. Crypto bros patiently waiting for October. Don't you guys love dogs? Dogs are so peaceful. They really are. They're freaking amazing. You guys can see, obviously, that's pretty much it. Look at this. Everyone, don't get involved in crypto. It's too risky. Look at your boy. Doesn't even care. That's all of us right there. What is this? Bro, would you do this? Tell me if you would do this. Crypto guys all in crypto coin after 5 seconds of research. Would you get on this slide? Obviously that's not real. There's no way in the hell that's real. Would you imagine doing that? Oh my gosh, I would never do that. This is me right here. Who else is this right here? Look at Crypto Rover. Nah, I mean, like I said, I don't believe this right there. Bitcoin trying to break 65K. This is obviously from a few days ago. Jada said she loves dogs and cats. Nice. Oh, Ricky said $28. Nice. Amor said, Crip, what's your favorite type of dog, guard dog? Me personally, bro, I'm going to go for like a more fierce dog. I'm probably going to go with a poodle or a chihuahua. Those are usually going to be my go-to as far as guarding, the house. I'm going to, put probably a poodle in the front and a chihuahua in the back. Those are going to be my guard dogs. I mean, who's going to run up in a house when you see a freaking fierce poodle sitting there ready to attack, right? Who's going to do that? I'm just messing with you, bro. I'm messing with you, bro. You know what would be good guard dogs? Because I know Amor's asking me because this guy breeds like freaking dogs that are like 700 pounds. What I would like, just like your everyday dog, that would be a good, obviously, is Rottweilers, right? And German Shepherds. German Shepherds, those two dogs would probably be your best bet as far as like, if you're not trying to get all crazy, and you're not having to go to a freaking special breeder in Asia to pick up this mountain dog that's 7 foot tall and stuff like that, I feel like those are probably your best bet. So we're going to end it off of, remember guys, looking at this, we keep pulling this up. So far, right now, September. This is outdated. Right now, September's up almost, I think, over 8%. I'm telling you guys, we have Ricky. Remember, we got a $5,000 bet. You said that we were going to end in the red. Remember, I said we're ending in the green. We got a 5,000 bet, bro. Don't forget that. I'm just kidding. We don't have any bet. So we have 3 days if you don't count today, right, until the month ends. If we were to end the month right now, we would end the month plus 8% around there for September. Things are looking great, guys. Remember, we have these last 3 months that are usually, historically, nothing but great months for us, right? So with that being said, hopefully everything works out, guys. We see these next 3 months and we just continue to pump. Like I said, I do believe that we have about 6 more months of the rest of this bull run until we start to slowly start seeing a retracement. So we'll see how this plays out. Elections, like I said, you know, maybe we'll see a little bit of volatility during the election here and there, but that's going to be in about a month and a half, so we don't have to worry about that right now. But, you know, I do think that no matter what, in the few weeks after the elections, the smoke clears, Bitcoin's going to do exactly what Bitcoin's going to do, right? It's going to keep moving. Whether we're moving up or it's retracing, it's going to have nothing to do with whoever's in office, in my opinion. So Ricky said he's going to take NFK in payment. All right, bro. Well, you're going to have to ask isn't your son the whale? We're going to have to, I might have to borrow some from him. No, we'll see, bro. But listen, guys, Jay said 2 bull massives. He's making sure no one runs into his house. All right. Ricky said I had 2 beautiful Rotties. Now I have 2 black labs. Listen, I love dogs. I love all dogs. I really do. I love cats. I love all animals. I really do. But dogs particularly, I do love them. They're just so freaking peaceful. They really are. You know, so with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. It's Friday. Go out, enjoy yourself. Be safe out there. If you need anything from me, hit me up in the Discord. We will be here this weekend as far as streams. I do owe my members a beautiful members-only stream, so we will be having that long stream. No diddy on that. If you guys need anything from me, like I said, hit me up in the Discord. But other than that, guys, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that bell if you haven't already, hit that subscribe, and have a fantastic night. Just enjoy that the markets are doing great, all right?